You were shot in both arms,
Yes.
and you have nerve damage in one of them.
Yes.
Does it still hurt?
Oh yeah, definitely. Feels like my hand is numb. It's in an ice box all day.
If you had seen who shot you, would you have told police?
No,
Why?
because the type of business I'm in, it would definitely hurt my business. And the way that I was raised, I just don't do that.
Welcome back to the podcast. Welcome back. Beloved, this is indeed your brother Big VJ checking in. Today's conversation, we're going to shoot the bubble a little bit. Talk about what's trending. You know, what's going on in the city, right? What's been going on in D-Mecca, because on the internet, we have a very entertaining back and forth that's going on with a couple of brothers. And so, yeah, we're going to have a conversation about that, right? And ultimately, we want to put this on the table. You understand? We want to put this on the table first. What is snitching, beloved? What is the rules? What is the guidelines on snitching? On telling, right? Because I was under the impression that when you were a street dude, when you were a so-called street guy, you don't talk to police about anything. Not even on your worst enemy. You don't say anything. Not if your enemy is lying on you. You don't talk to police about anything. That's how I was, that's my impression of what no snitching. You just don't tell no matter what. You don't, but we're going to have a conversation about that.
I'm not snitching on nobody.
So your worst enemy, you will give that person the same pass that you would your closest friend.
It's not even a pass. It's just I'm not helping the police do shit. It's not the person that I'm not telling on. It's this I'm not telling. I'm not telling. I don't got no information to share. None.
There's a couple of brothers out of D-Mecca, right? One brother name is Up for Debate TV. And the other brother name is Dogface, right? He has his own podcast. We call him Godface on this TV. That Dogface, that the name sounds, I don't know. It sounds interesting. I don't know, but different story for different day. It's an information war that's going on. And as a bystander, it looks like, like Up for Debate TV, he's like way ahead in this. If this is an information war that we play, like he's like way ahead. Like it's not even close. Like the brother is like he cooking over there, right? Because see, what's going on is this. Demetrius Flannery got released from prison, right? And of course, there's a lot of individuals that's going to make podcasts about the brother, right? This is the chairman, the BMF chairman. And so that's to be expected, right? Of course, he's, we all know he was the largest well-known drug dealer in United States history. And then that alone is a story, right? Okay, so to add on to that, the second largest drug dealer in United States history was his brother. So you're like, God damn. I mean, that's like, yeah, you're going to get a series out of that. You're going to get a movie out of it. You're going to get a bunch of movies out of that. You're going to get a bunch of documentaries out of that. That's just what it is, right? I mean, that's just, God damn. I mean, they lived to tell a story. Yeah. You was moving work and product in all 50 states in America. God damn, yeah, that's worth your story. But we all know that there is no retirement program or policy or setup for dope boys because they don't use banks. They got to put money in stash houses. So what generally happens is this: you can have millions upon millions upon millions of dollars, but the minute you get a 30 piece, the dude that's at the bottom of the organization that got 2 years, and he knows the two guys at the top got 30, it's a race to get out now. Because whoever get out of prison first can get back to the stash houses that didn't get popped and get the money out of there, right? Maybe all that's a different story for a different day. It's some information. It's an information war going on between these two gentlemen, right? And with that being said, again, we're gonna have a conversation about snitching because it's a brother named Quinton Moore that's in prison. And he's a young cat too, right? If I'm not mistaken, because I may get these numbers and these ages wrong. So if I get them wrong, don't hold me to it. But to my knowledge, the issue between Quinton Moore and Dogface is I think Dogface is between 50 and 55 years old, if I'm not mistaken. I believe he's 52 years old, right? Don't quote me on that, but I'm thinking he's like 52. And Quinton Moore is in prison. He's like 32 years old. Dude, like, he's younger than my baby brother. Dude is when this shit happened, he was like a baby. He was like 25, because we talking about 2018, right? Dude was like, shit, he was like 25 years old. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe Dogface was 45 when this happened. Now, just stop right there. You know, I'm like, two men going back and forth over a woman. I mean, shit, we seen this kind of scenario this shit been going on since the beginning of the time. But my Uncle Black always said, nephew, you gotta be careful because a nigga would try to kill you over that patch of hair. So be careful. So the gist of the situation is that's what happened between them. Two men, a woman involved. So there's some gunplay that got involved, and there's some statements that was made. Now, it's some paperwork that's been posted, right? And it's some paperwork that it's about the situation that Dogface was involved in. Anytime there's an incident, if you made a statement, your statement should be there. We can see Quinton's statement that he made through the investigation, because it's his side of the story. And then we can see the young lady's, her statement, giving her side of the story. But you know, online, there's one more person's statement is missing. We can't see what Christian Austin's statement is at. We don't see it. Because if a person reasoning for, I guess I don't know if this is snitching or not, I'll let you be the judge. But if a person reasoning for, I guess he gonna pull the Charleston White card, I guess he gonna say, I just set the record straight. Somebody was lying on him. So, okay, so we got Quinton Moore supposed lie on the table. So if you cleared it up and gave the truth, well, where's that written at? Because we don't see that part that's written. This is the point that the good brother Up for Debate TV is making. Well, shit, where's your shit is missing? You know, you saying you did say something. We all know you said something, but we can't see exactly what you said. But it's only important to put this on the table because you have a platform of niggas that's talking about Demetrius almost every day, about how he snitched and he did this and that to get out of jail and third party cooperation and all this, and you running with an out-of-towner, you and Dollar Bill has got some shit cooked up, and no matter how much truth that somebody may bring or information that they may bring to show you, nah, it didn't happen like Dollar Bill is saying it happened, you got a panel of guys that go in this particular direction. So if another brother, because that's kind of like how energy work, that's how like karma kind of work. If you're running this kind of campaign on this one man that you don't know, to the extent that in the last month, we talking about Dogface, aka Godface, in the last 30 days, calendar days, this man has had Big Meech's name in the title of his videos 23 times. If I counted the shorts with that, 35 times. So we're trying to figure out, damn, bro, how could you have another man name coming out your mouth on your platform 35 times, bro? Like, okay, if you're doing that and you're putting that energy in the world, why would you turn around and trip for somebody pointing at your paperwork now? Because this is what you're doing. It's just like, I don't, and it's funny because the brother up for debate, all these guys got paperwork attached to him. The Shine G guy, I call it the, it's like the Cuffy's Club. It's kind of like Players Club. But it's like Cuffy's running the show. It's like Dollar Bill is, Dollar Bill is in charge over here. Like he got a narrative, and they're running with Dollar Bill's narrative. But the guys that's running with the narrative, it's kind of interesting because they all have paperwork on them that's sketchy, that you would think they wouldn't be saying anything. But Big Mama always said, when you point one finger at somebody, beloved, you got 3 fingers pointing back at you. So first you got the Shine G guy, that he's really a fitness guy. He kind of been dressing himself up like a lawyer and reading paperwork and fucking up the paperwork and doing all this old kind of shit. But he's a fitness guy. Even on you look at his icon, it says he got the look of a Fed. I mean, whatever that means. But he's in his mid-50s, and it's good to see anybody that's in fitness over 50. And that's a dope thing. But this whole prison workout deal, I think that's a dope thing. But then he said he did 15 months. Now you start doing the mathematics, and you're like, well, wait a minute, bro. If you doing all this Fed workout, calisthenics, kind of like, but if you're in your 50s and you only did 50, I'm thinking you probably did 15, 20 years in prison. Now, you did 15 months in prison. So everything about his platform is jail and federal penitentiary for 15 months. Shit, you take them, that's like a year. You take that year out of that 50 something. What have you been doing the rest of your 50 years of your life? I don't know. Maybe that's a different story for a different day. But all these guys have some type of paperwork that's coming out on them that we had to ask ourselves, well, what is snitching then? If somebody is telling on you and they're lying on you, it's cool in the gangster code now because these guys got this, they trying to be guineas. Our people can never be guineas. They're trying to be guineas because, we all know, beloved, that our people come with a nature. We're born with it. We're born with a nature of freedom, justice, and equality. We are born with that nature. Guineas is not like that. These guys from Italy, they have crime families. Listen, beloved, they got crime families that go back to the 1300s, beloved, to the 1200s, which means that they can produce generation after generation after generation after generation of criminals. Asiatics can't do that. We have 1 or 2 knuckleheads per family. We're not producing that's why the devil used to call them, they called them the mafia. That's an acronym. Mafia only means, beloved, mothers and fathers in association. That was a slang term that the U.S. government gave guineas because they noticed that the crime that they was involved in, it was a family deal. It wasn't like, because they didn't call it though. They didn't have no mafia they didn't have no acronym of mafia, I should say, back in Sicily, because they called it the Cosa Nostra. That was the gangster shit. But when they got to the hills of North America and the territory that we call the United States, and it was like, man, that's a mother and father and associate. They're together. You can't bust them up. This is what they do. But that's not our nature. We come out of the fields. We come out of the plantations. We are a people of the earth. We have a nature of freedom, justice, and equality. That ain't what we do. But it's interesting for our people to try to keep a street code that was invented by wicked guineas, wicked mix, and wicked Jaimes, and we're judging other men for trying to keep the same code that they themselves cannot keep. When we know, when you got to knowledge yourself, when y'all ain't gonna, it's not your code to keep anyway. It's not. You would never be successful trying to be a wolf. You will never be successful trying to be a fox when you have the nature of a sheep and a lamb. right? But maybe on that is a different story for a different day. Dig this. Let's just talk about what snitching is. Let's talk about what happened between Dogface and Quinton Moore, right? And let's talk about what the good brother Up for Debate TV put on the table, right? Quinton Moore is he's in prison. And the way this city is kind of set up is like, there's some shit that you can do in Wayne County that it's not gonna work in Macomb County, and the damn show ain't gonna work in Oakland County. That shit it's funny, but it's set up that way. It's like Detroit is like a cage almost, and in the cage of Detroit, they let niggas do nigga shit, and they just give you like a slap on the wrist. And they train you to do nigga shit because they're not gonna never give you no real time for nothing. But when you leave out of Wayne County, it's a different, the rules change. They change everything. Therefore, you got Quinton Moore looking at 10 to 20 years in prison for attempting to commit murder, right? All right. 32-year-old man facing the 10 to 20. I haven't heard that term in 10 to 20. I haven't heard that term in forever, right? But dig though. The brother that he was in conflict with, Godface, whose real name is Dogface, but we're going to say Godface. Again, we got him down like he a 52-year-old brother. My numbers could be wrong, but this is the information that I'm getting. He's 52 years old. Now, in the community of hip hop, it was very difficult for me to get past that. Cause I'm like, damn, I'm thinking about, cause that's a little bit older than what I am. And I'm like, I'm thinking about everybody that's in the hip hop community that's over 50, beloved. And the way they talk, the way they move, the way they act, it's so different than what we're seeing from a brother that's supposed to be from D-Mecca. It just, 52 years old, I started thinking about artists like Nas and AZ and Jay-Z shit and Snoop Dogg and Scarface and Willie D, because the brother down in Texas, he got a podcast, he's doing his thing. I started thinking about Q-Tip and LL Cool J and Master P and Dogface, right? I'm gonna throw his name in there because I'm naming artists that's his peers, and then I'm gonna put his name in there to see, does he fit the personality? Is he on par for growth and development with his peers? When Up for Debate TV called the brother out, he came back and did a on trial thing on his platform, right? The shit was like goddamn 4 hours long. I don't know, 2-3 hours long, some crazy shit. And the first hour and a half, it was gangster stories. He stabbing. The first 3 or 4 years in prison, he stabbed 8,000 niggas. The second 5 or 6 years in prison, he gave another 2,000 more niggas $150 across the face. It was just some crazy shit. It was this gangster stab him up. I almost said shoot him up, but gangster stab him up, cut this, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Just to get to the end of, just to get to the end of the video and say, yeah, I reported on a nigga. Yeah, I sit down with the police. I ain't gonna let no nigga lie on me. But man, you could have just fucking did that in 15 minutes. The first 15 minutes and been done with it.
Yeah, I told the police. Yeah, I told the police. Yeah, I told the police he was lying. I did make a statement, nigga. I told them he a motherfucking lie. I did make a statement. You motherfucking right, nigga. I ain't supposed to say nothing in defense of myself.
How would
Man,
you
it
play
ain't
somebody
one
saying
nigga.
you
It
shot
ain't
at
one
them at their
nigga.
woman's house?
It ain't one nigga in them comments that say they finna go to jail for a nigga lying on them.
Cause I'm online playing Guinea. I'm online acting like I'm in my 20s. Like this is gangster game. But Detroit is not no gangster gang. It's not a gangster city. Detroit is a city of players.
Hey, this your uncle, Baby Truth, down here at City Slickers, you know, doing what the real players do, man. You know we gotta get them Gators, man. Gators, real Detroit players. I don't know what they told you. I don't know what they told y'all, but this Midwest shit, man, this shit really global for real. Come on. You cannot be a true player. You ain't got a pair of City Slicker Gators, man. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Get your dough up.
Only
What
in
up,
Detroit.
dog? Let me tell you something. I was almost abducted by a pimp. Shout out to Soul Night. They sweeping the floor. Watch how the Detroit players do it. T-Barb on location.
Look at her, look at her. Oh, man. Come on, let's see this.
This is the city, nigga. This is the we throwing minks and gators here, and we have a disgusting sunglass game, my nigga. We get our cardies on, and this ain't no motherfucking. I mean, the crews that we have in Detroit that is widely known, right, and nationally accepted, right, globally loved. We have dope boy crews. The violence come at the hand and get money. It ain't this is a get money city. This ain't we're not like the Shy. We're not like the Shy. Well, you got this is the Wild Huntings over here, and this is the folks in the moles, and this is GD's Biddies, and this is the Vice Lords, and this shit ain't like set up like that. This ain't set up like LA. This is the get money city. So you would think that you would get a brother in his 50s that been seasoned in the music industry, and he finna get game to the youth. Like, hey, this is how you roll that. This is how you get that bankroll, beloved. This is how you get that dinner roll. No, it's none of that shit. So all I can do is start naming out his peers that's also in their 50s, and he just doesn't fit. The conversation is so way off. And that's kind of crazy, being that the brothers from D-Mecca. I mean, if I'm just saying like E40, Too Short, who when I was coming up, that was my favorite MC. Too Short, Nelly. If I go down to the south, right, because the Goody Boys, the Goody Mob is in their 50s, right? And then you got Outkast, they're in their 50s. You got Big Boy, you got Andre. Then if I go deep south, I got David Banner out of Mississippi. But if I come back East Coast, then I got the Wu. I got Raekwon, and I got Meth. Then I got what that flips. I got Buster coming out of Flip. I got the Brown Seed, Fat Joe. Then if I go deep in that backpack, I got Mos Def. I got Black Thought. If I spin back around and come to the Shy, I got Twister. I got Common, Then I got Dogface. It's just his conversation doesn't fit other 50-year-olds. He has a platform, beloved, where he got younger men on panels and shit, and this guy, he's a representation of the music industry. He kind of sound like, to me, I can put the brother more around like a nigga named Whack 100. He kind of got like a Whack 100 conversation. Right, back in the day, he was a nigga named 40 Glock. He got like a 40 Glock Whack 100 conversation. That these are niggas that they in the hip hop industry, but they got the T. They run around with the T. They ain't got no real information for the youth. They always got the T. Like Whack 100, this nigga, he'll get on the platform. He can get thousands of young people listen to him, and he's talking about who need to pull up and fight and all this old super aggressive shit. And but you like, beloved, if you're in the music industry and young people are listening to you, I mean, the music industry offer so many jobs, so many opportunities. Hey man, you got these young people, school them to that. My nigga, you made 23 videos about Big Meech already. Niggas don't need to hear no more Big Meech videos. You 50 years old, my nigga. Let your people know about the music industry. Put the niggas on your panel, put them on a lick. Listen, the music industry got creative roles. If you got a good imagination and your pen is good, you can be a musician. You can be a songwriter. You can be a composer. Put these young niggas on that kind of lick. If you kind of peep, they got some technical skills. You say, hey, my nigga, let me teach y'all about being an audio engineer. Let me teach you about being a sound engineer. Oh man, you got a nice business acumen. Okay, bet. You a hustler. Let me show you how to step into the role of an executive. Maybe you can be an artist manager, a tour manager. Oh, you love the streets. You love the, okay. You like fucking with people. You good. Okay. Let me show you how to get down and be a club promoter. Oh, you strong in the city. You gonna rep your hood. Okay, my nigga, let me show you how to get your business game together so you can get your security crew together, security business together. So when artists jump down from every other city that's coming to D-Mecca, you can provide real security for. I mean, give them some game. Give them game, my nigga. What are we playing Guinea on? Who's doing the best Guinea rendition out of D-Mecca? Yo, it's crazy because New York niggas run around with a heavy portion of our culture than we do, when we know that the master teacher himself came 9,000 miles to this city to enlighten the people. And from here, we got it first. Beloved, Detroiters are the keepers of the flame, but because niggas throwing you off your square, getting your information, they running with it like it's theirs, and come on, man, now you can't. I mean, what are we really doing? Oh, I know what we doing. We on it. We talking about who got the paperwork, who snitched. And listen, again, I can't say this enough. Shout out to Up for the Bay TV, because listen, when dude is dropping information, when you start seeing niggas rebuttal, it started to be, I'm gonna put up a fight video where somebody jumped you, right? Let me tell you a news flash, my nigga. If you got to show a video where some niggas jumped another man, you're showing that the other man has strength. The dude, you didn't show no video of a nigga went head up with nobody and just squared up and just put. No, if you got to show a video where it takes some niggas, man, I mean, the man, if anybody get jumped, they had to be, you showing that the man had a level of strength because he had to be jumped. If he was a sucker, you would have just seen some sucker shit. But listen, you win some, you lose some. But just because you can produce fight videos, that don't mean that the man's, that's like a old fake ass character assassination kind of like trick. That don't take away that the information got in. If the man dropping information, challenge the information. Challenge the man information. If he straight up dropping, just if he's saying it's some funny style shit going on, address it, because y'all the niggas that's playing Guinea. And I appreciate the invite, man. Godface came on to the platform. He jumped in the comments. He said something. I said, peace, beloved. I laid. Listen, I'm humbled. Somebody invite me to their platform. I'm humbled. I'm interested. Will I do it? Probably not. It just look like they got ulterior motives over there. They just wake up tearing down. I mean, I ain't into tearing down no original, man. I ain't finna get in no shit like that. I ain't finna have no I ain't finna have Meech name 23 times and no videos over here. I ain't finna do no shit like that. But it's just in you as an original man. You don't want to see nobody being slandered, they name tore down, and you just ain't interested in seeing no. I don't give a. He's like, man, I ain't interested in that. But I'll leave it there. But beloved, I'll leave it there. I'm like, man, you know what is snitching? I thought street niggas don't supposed to talk to the police at all. Now it's but man, let me tell you something about these hip hop niggas, beloved. Listen, they act like they super street, And as soon as something happen and they get in the jam, they always have different reasons about why they told. The brown seed, right, out of New York City, he took down a whole set where it was the Treyway boys, right? He jumped up, oh man, they were fucking his old lady and they held them hostage and all this old kind of shit, so I had to tell. And then Nicky Barnes, was it Nicky or was it who? No, it was Frank Lucas that sat at the table and drunk coffee and broke everything down. I think it was Nicky out of New York that it was the same thing where, man, they were they started hitting your bitches, so I gotta tell on these niggas to get out. It's like, you hear these gangster stories, but everybody end up telling. Oh man, it was a nigga, nice the new one, man. It was a nigga lying on me, man. Nigga lying on me, bro. I had to go in there and get it straight. I said, oh, that nigga pulled the Charleston White card. Charleston White say he gonna go in there and set the record straight. He say, buddy, say, I don't need no lawyer for this one. I can give me the pen and paper, and a couple of donuts and some good coffee. I can handle this shit myself. Why do brothers be like, man, I ain't get on no stand and do nothing. Get on no stand. Boy, them niggas statements be so strong. Boy, them niggas just plea out. Say, man, goddamn, nigga wrote a book over there. Look, niggas be online posting paperwork, right? You look at the bottom of the page, it'd be like, 9 out of 12 pages. And niggas, oh, this is the paperwork. They put the 9 up. You look and say, where's the other? You short. Where the other 3 at? And they ain't gonna show you the other 3. Nigga ain't gonna show you the other 3. So you know what that mean, beloved? I think it's time we start playing Guinea. Right? I think it's a good time. How many more niggas gotta go to jail and to the grave until we figure out, well, maybe this Guinea shit ain't gonna work out for us, and we just love your own and be yourself. How about that, right? And we'll just leave it there. Peace and black power to your family. Yes, thank you guys so much for listening, hanging out. Beloved, this is indeed with Black Content Phone Podcast. Hey man, it's your brother V, man. I'm gonna get it with you guys later. Peace, beloved, and more peace.
Before we start, I want you to know something. I'm not a rat. You understand? I want that on record before we start.
Okay, you are not a rat, and it's on record. Mr. Weeks, the charges against you, racketeering, extortion, kidnapping, and accomplice to murder are very serious. Am I correct in stating that you are here today to make a deal with the federal government?
Correct.
Thanks for listening. Remember to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Google, Anchor, Spotify, and Facebook. Also, don't forget to like, share, and comment on the podcast. Your opinion of what you just heard is important to the platform. So yes, beloved, your comments are the engine and fuel to the machine. Stay blessed and have a powerful day.